Okay, so Father's Day, it's coming up, and you know how it is.
Yeah.
Got to find that perfect gift.
Right.
And I was doing some browsing online, and I found something so cool. Get this, a whole website dedicated to flower delivery in Hong Kong.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I thought this would be fun to dive into, not just for gift ideas, but also just kind of get a peek into how another culture approaches Father's Day.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. I mean, what's fascinating about this is that it's not like a universal holiday.
Right.
The fact that this website exists, it gives us like a little window into their values and how they view celebrating family.
And it gets even more interesting because the website, it's bilingual English and Chinese.
Absolutely. And that blend of languages, it reflects on Hong Kong's history as a British territory and how those influences they're still around today. You know, even in something like gift giving, you can see that East meets West vibe.
So let's actually get into the website because they have a whole section for Father's Day.
Okay.
Which, no surprise there. But here's where it gets interesting: flowers, plants. They even have these gift bundles. I don't know about you, but flowers aren't my go-to for Father's Day.
Yeah, it really challenges like our assumptions, doesn't it? We tend to associate flowers with romantic occasions, but that's not a universal thing.
Right.
Different cultures, different meanings.
So are you saying that in Hong Kong, giving dad a bouquet is like a normal thing?
It's not uncommon at all. Think of it like this. Certain flowers, colors, arrangements, they can be seen as more masculine or better suited for, expressing respect, appreciation. And those sentiments, those line up perfectly with Father's Day.
Okay, that's actually really cool. I'm even more curious about the types of flowers now. They mentioned orchids, anthuriums, and even these like big, vibrant, almost tropical-looking flowers as being good choices for dads. What's the cultural significance there?
So with those choices, orchids, they often symbolize luxury, elegance. It could be a way of showing admiration for a father figure, recognizing his accomplishments and the role he plays in the family.
That makes a lot of sense. They deserve a little luxury.
Yeah.
What about the bolder, more, I don't know, exotic-looking flowers they mentioned?
Interesting choices. They could be going for a more visual representation of qualities that we often associate with fathers, at least traditionally: strength, resilience, being a steady and powerful presence. It's almost like they're speaking the language of flowers to convey a message.
And they also have a section for gift bundles,
Oh, okay.
which honestly seems like a smart move.
Yeah.
Like,
If you look at those bundles, they often combine flowers with more like universally appreciated gifts: chocolates, wine, fruit baskets, those beautiful fruit baskets. It's a really nice blend of global tastes and local traditions. They're acknowledging that dads, no matter where they're from, might enjoy a little treat alongside a more symbolic gift.
it's like a little something for everybody,
Yeah.
which I guess is kind of the point, right? But speaking of gifts that are sure to please, they also suggest low-maintenance plants, which, let's be real, most dads, I think, would appreciate a gift that doesn't add to their to-do list.
Yeah, practicality is huge in gift giving across cultures.
Right.
And plants, especially those known for being easy to care for, they perfectly fit the bill.
Yeah, no one wants to give a gift that becomes a burden.
Exactly.
They specifically mention orchids again.
Okay.
So seems like those are a winner all around.
Versatile.
But also snake plants, ZZ plants.
Sure.
Anything culturally significant about those choices?
Well, there could be a couple layers to unpack there.
Okay.
In many Asian cultures, filial piety, deep respect for one's parents and elders, that's a fundamental value.
Mhm.
And plants, especially those known for their longevity and resilience,
Okay.
they're often seen as symbols of wishing good health and fortune on the recipient.
So you're not just giving dad a plant, you're giving him like a living symbol of good health and fortune.
Exactly. It's a very subtle but powerful message
That's cool.
embedded in that gift. And think about the practical element too. A plant that thrives with minimal care could also symbolize a hope that life will be similarly smooth sailing for the father. Really, it's a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah. Okay, this is really blowing my mind. But get this, they even have a section specifically for first-time dads.
Oh, how interesting. What kind of gifts are they featuring for new fathers?
They suggest personalized plants,
Ah.
which, how cute is that?
Yeah.
Or, you guessed it, more orchids.
Okay.
Is there something about those choices that might be especially meaningful for new fathers in Hong Kong culture?
Well, it's brilliant, really, because while the specific cultural interpretations, they might have their own nuances.
Right.
The underlying symbolism of those gifts, it resonates across many cultures.
Okay.
A personalized plant, beautifully captures that idea of growth and new beginnings, which is so fitting for someone embarking on the journey of fatherhood.
Like starting a whole new chapter of life.
Exactly. And orchids, as we discussed, strength, elegance, resilience, all qualities any new parent could appreciate, right?
Absolutely. It's like those gifts are sending a message of encouragement and support for this new phase of life. And I bet those messages, they carry an extra layer of meaning in a culture that places such a high value on family and respecting elders,
Precisely.
like you mentioned earlier.
It highlights how interconnected these values are. Filial piety, it isn't just about caring for aging parents.
Right.
It's about honoring that family lineage and celebrating the continuation of that lineage through new generations.
Wow.
A new father is stepping into that legacy, and these gifts acknowledge the significance of that role.
This is all so fascinating. It's amazing to me how this simple website, on the surface, it's just selling flowers and gifts,
Yeah.
has given us such a rich understanding of Hong Kong's culture and values.
Yeah.
We've uncovered so much about how they view family, tradition, even the symbolism embedded in everyday objects.
It really underscores the idea that gift giving, it's about so much more than just the object itself.
Right.
It's a form of communication, a way to express emotions, convey well wishes, and strengthen bonds. And understanding the cultural context behind those gifts just adds another layer of depth and meaning to the exchange.
It really makes you think twice about all the gifts that we give and receive.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Like, what messages are we sending?
It does.
Even unintentionally, through our choices.
It's like a whole new layer of consideration, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it goes beyond, just like special occasions like Father's Day.
Right.
This kind of cultural awareness, I think it can enrich our everyday interactions, make us more thoughtful and mindful, especially in our increasingly interconnected world.
Yeah. It's like you were saying earlier, a gift that's well received in one culture could be totally misconstrued in another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in some cultures, giving sharp objects as gifts, that's a big no-no.
Oh, really?
It's thought to, sever relationship.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. See, that's why this has been so eye-opening.
Yeah.
I started out just trying to find a good Father's Day gift, and we ended up on this whole, unexpected journey into Hong Kong's culture.
Right, right.
And the deeper meaning behind the gifts we give.
And that's the beauty of approaching things with curiosity, isn't it?
Yeah.
It opens our minds to new perspectives, and it allows for a much richer understanding of the world around us.
For sure. So to anyone listening, next time you get a gift that makes you go, that's different.
Yeah.
Maybe take it as a sign to dig a little deeper.
Yeah.
You might uncover some really fascinating cultural insights.
Absolutely. It could even spark some really interesting conversations,
Totally.
and create a deeper connection with the giver.
Totally. And hey, maybe we should all take a cue from this Hong Kong flower website and consider giving plants more often.
Mm-hmm.
It's thoughtful, it's symbolic, and let's be real, who couldn't use a little more greenery in their life?
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Well, this has been awesome. We've learned so much.
It's been fun.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with me.
My pleasure.
And to everyone listening, until next time, happy gifting. And remember, sometimes the most meaningful gifts come with roots and blooms.